Do you want your significant other, your guy, to be super on you, like, oh, I love her so much, or do you kind of want him to be like, yeah, like you cool?
No, I think it's important to be like your own person when you're in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want someone who's like obsessed with me and wants to be like all up on me 24/7.
In today's society, why do you think the society looks down upon a man that works at the same job as a woman? For example, if a man works at McDonald's, he's the same age as the woman, grew up the same place, not no smarter than her. But if he works at McDonald's, they're looked down upon. But if she works at McDonald's, she's praised and says she's a go-getter.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
Well, it's subjective, but I see what you say with society is that a lot of people think this way. Specifically, a lot of women think that, you know, they don't even see you as an equal if you're a coworker or a peer.
Right.
It's not even, I guess it is kind of competitive. And that she wants more.
Yeah.
And that, you know, she wants to upgrade, I guess.
Right.
And I guess it's more doable.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
What's worse for you? Never a guy that never wants to be married, or a guy that is celibate until marriage?
I don't want to get married either, but celibacy's sad. So I can't answer that one.
Who do you think has more options in the dating game, men or women?
Women.
Why so?
I feel like it's a cultural shift. There's a lot more expectations versus like, you know, what women can actually do.
Yeah.
You know, versus like, you know, being in the same dynamic.
Yeah.
Let's just say, even for instance, right, in a college example, there are going to be more men that's working than women. So it's going to be more expected of the man to actually, you know, foot the bill for a lot, take care of a lot. So that's just what that is.
Yeah. What are you going for in college? What are you going for?
I want to become a teacher. So the cool thing about that is I have a lot of flexibility in my schedule.
Right. So what's the highest possible paid earning you can be as a teacher? Is it six figures?
I think you can, yeah.
Okay.
If you get like your PhD,
Yeah.
definitely.
Okay, so let's say you get six figures. Let's say you're making $100,000. Let's say you're making $150,000 a year. Something great. Are you okay with you going to make the money while your guy stays home and be the house husband in a way? Takes care of the kids,
I think I would
plays
be
the
okay
house.
with that. Better question is, would he be okay with that?
Okay, so but you're fine with, okay, my check is paying for everything. But you know, but I need you to take care of.
I think I would be okay with that. I think my family would think something differently.
What do you think you're more likely to see in society, in public, right? Physical abuse from a man to a woman, or verbal abuse from a woman to a man?
You probably see verbal abuse.
Okay. What do you think hurts more?
Oh, well, obviously, I think physical abuse.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, you know, it depends on how you handle emotional abuse.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that can add up, and then it becomes physical.
Yeah.
But, you know, sticks and stones.
Yeah. So why do you think women are like, they don't like a man that makes the same amount as him? So for example, if you were working at a job and you're trying to get at a girl at your job and she says, I can't date you, you know, you work with me, I know where you work. You make what I make.
Hold up. So yeah, so there's two parts to that, right?
Yeah.
So one part in the professional aspect, that's because, you know, they don't want to mix work and play. So I get that. But I guess they typically, you know, want above what they're currently attaining, you know.
Yeah.
Traditionally, what I've seen with women, you know, they traditionally just want to go up. You know, they don't want to stay at the same level, and they feel like, you know, even putting you with them, that's a benefit, but they want more than what they have to offer, basically.
Do you think women should aspire to be career women or aspire to be wives, housewives? I mean, give me the difference between a gentleman and a simp.
I guess someone who's like polite and like just wants to like be like a good person and is not like looking for anything beyond that.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a simp who's just like will say anything or do anything to try to like get at you, even though they don't really like care.
Okay, so in a relationship, what do you think some red flags are? Some signs where it's like I don't know if I can be with this person. What are some red flags in a relationship?
Me personally, constantly on their phone. Like having an online presence, that's like super common.
Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna find someone, they'd probably not have an Instagram.
Okay.
That's very rare,
Rare.
super rare. But realistically, that's only a red flag because it does connect them to that culture that you understand as
Yeah.
society broadly.
Mm-hmm.
Because it subliminally teaches them their values.
Mm-hmm. And why do you think that most women like the so-called bad boy?
I think because like that's what you see in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of the times that's like what the plot is. Like it's a bad boy and a good girl, or
Yeah.
like So
Are
I
you
feel like,
attracted to bad boys?
no,
honestly?
I'm not
Really?
actually. No, I like.
What is the definition of a bad boy?
I think someone who has like. That's a good question, actually.
Do you think that it's something like a man that just don't really necessarily care about the woman as much?
To some extent, yeah. I think it has a lot to do with how he carries himself, how
Mhm.
he treats others.
Give me your top 3 turnoffs.
Ooh. Someone who wears jeans to the gym.
What?
I hate that.
I've never seen that. I don't think so.
It's horrible. Jeans and slides.
Yeah, like what are you doing? Here?
Exactly. Like, what are you doing here? Oh my god, I don't even think about these things.
Well, when you see someone, you go, oh, no, not that. Or you see maybe some behavior they're doing.
Like trauma dumping super quick is
Mhm.
like, or like oversharing like right away. It's like,
Yeah,
stop.
yeah.
Like I'm
yeah.
not fucking talking to you.
Mhm.
Sorry. The last one. I don't know. 3?
What do you think what do you think the difference between being dominant and being controlling is? So, a lot of women say they want a man that's dominant. But what's the difference in dominant and control?
Is a dominance a leader? I feel like the connotations, important there. The distinction. Controlling is something more of a. I don't know how to describe that. Because I almost said it like it was something women do, but a man could do that too.
Yeah.
Immature man,
Yeah.
insecure, I should say actually. Which there's a lot, because they're still learning, how things should work.
Yeah.
Dominant just means that they're trusted,
Mhm.
that they're a leader, and they probably have more respect for decisions. And I could see a woman maybe doing that, but then that has, a social effect. Like, oh, your woman's dominating you, basically.
Mm.
She makes good decisions.
Mhm. Yeah.
But I could see how that, should a man always be dominant? I mean, it's a shame to see a fool, but,
Yeah.
they exist.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But, like, should women be fools? I feel like when we level out, there's no dominant other than you're right, and I'm wrong. And I feel like both parties can be that way.
Yeah.
It should be that way.
Yeah.
And that, even sexually, it shouldn't be, rough.
Yeah.
More like it's a dance. And, it's not a game or war. It's art. It is, complementary motion.
That's a good answer. I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. That's the way I see it.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think a woman would leave you, even if you're a great man, she would leave you for a better man if another man comes along?
I don't know, man. That sounds like, it depends on how somebody's like experiences were beforehand.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily feel like that because I feel like I'm a pretty decent guy.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's possible, man. It's definitely possible.
Why is it that when a man makes more money, he feels like he wants more women, but when a woman makes more money, she feels like she doesn't need a man? How do you feel about that statement?
How do I feel about that statement?
Yeah. When a man makes more money, he feels like, okay, now I want more women. But when a woman actually makes a lot of money, she feels like, I don't need no man. Why is that a thing?
I think because like men think that like money makes them more attractive, so they feel like they can get more women. Whereas like women feel like, okay, like I don't need a man because I am able to provide for myself. Therefore, I want one person.
Do you think that there is like this movement of women empowerment at the moment? Like women
How
are so like empowering each other, but not necessarily empowering the man. Is that a thing right now?
Yeah, it's a trending theme. I don't really want to say not empowering the man, but women they're coming to do a lot, right? They're moving in a lot of different industries. They're like really progressive right now.
Yeah.
There's a really progressive push amongst women, and I do feel that support. Because they haven't been allowed and they haven't been respected in a lot of capacities. Prior to times like today.
Right.
So I get that in that sense. There is also a lot of like social kind of like fluff, man. That's that makes their movement seem a lot of what it's not.
I mean, I only had dated one person
Mm-hmm.
in my life.
Well, what did you feel like you were lacking in that then? Since I can only go off one guy, what do you feel like you were lacking in that? Like, what could that person have done?
It's just, I don't know, maybe just more like, I guess the time thing. It's just like, instead of like feeling like, oh, it's just like when it's convenient or when it works out or when I'm in the area kind of thing.
I think it just depends on like what the woman wants, you know. I think that some people are better off being housewives, or there's other people that are meant to be like with a career and like out there working. I just think
What
it
do you want?
depends. What do I want? That's a good question. I'm going to college for a
that's what I was
reason.
gonna say. You're in college,
Yeah,
but that
I do want a career, but then I'm like, okay, that's what I want now because I don't have kids, I don't have
Right.
a family, so I feel like there is room for like me to change and to like change my mind, and I think that will happen, to be honest.
in a relationship with you, how could that person keep you happy? What does she have to do? Okay.
Communication and prioritizing like time, I guess, and like making it known that like like I'm not being put like last.